No one has any doubt? Tell you and what about the case study that I given you yesterday? What is retention cost? Where have you heard about it? Like in the case study? So you know, do you understand what is retention? What is retention? Yeah. So see, we discussed customer acquisition cost, right? So in customer acquisition cost, there are so many costs involved. One is, branding, marketing cost is there. Then there is, if there is a customer onboarding journey, let's say we are doing KYC of a customer during onboarding, that cost is involved. One part of the cost that is being incurred within the customer acquisition cost, which is, let's say, giving them discounts on, let's say you are giving discounts to your prime customers, you are giving some extra services to our prime customers to to retain them, right? So that will come under retention cost, but it is a sub part of customer acquisition cost only. Yeah, yeah. So it is a retention cost. This way they are, and this, let's say this subscription cost, if they have given specifically to their old customer, existing customer, then it will become a retention cost, right? If they are providing something which is common across both new customers and old customer, then it won't be a retention cost, right? It will be a generic cost. It will fall under the bucket of customer acquisition cost. So retention cost is nothing but part of retention, part of customer acquisition cost only. Okay. Uh, so have you guys gone through all the the case study that I given you? Like there was one case study which was specific to uh, Amazon. Second case study was related to Instagram. Have everyone gone through it? Tell me someone who raise your hand who have not gone through it. What about us? Can we bit interactive in our class? Hello? Yes? Hmm. Okay. What about others? Yeah. Okay. No worries. Okay, so we will start our today's class, right? So today's today's class is about the product case studies. Okay, product case studies. I will tell you, why we are, why product case studies are important. I will tell you. See, in any company, right? They won't ask you directly about Amazon or let's say Uber, Swiggy, Zomato, right? They will give you some problem statement for these particular products. So let's say they will give you a problem statement. Suppose you are working as a product analyst, the retention number of Amazon in last 1 month. Okay. Okay. Has dropped, has dropped from, or sorry, my bad. Now it is visible. Okay, so the retention number of Amazon in the last 1 month has dropped from 50 percentage to let's say 30 percentage, right? So these problems are called as root cause analysis question, root cause analysis. Okay, or they will also called as EDA, exploratory data analysis, right? So they will directly ask you, hey, let's say, hey Suman, you are working. Let's assume you are working as a product analyst at Amazon, uh, and one fine day your product manager asks you to deep dive into the data. The problem statement that he or she has given to you is the retention number of Amazon in the last 1 month has dropped from 50 percentage to 30 percentage. Now you are supposed to come with some hypothesis. Do everyone understand here what is hypothesis is? What is in one single word? ठीक है, great. Hypothesis means assumptions. Okay. So you have to come with a framework in a structured approach, right? Through which you will deep dive into this data. Now, for a company like Amazon who has millions of customers, who have so many of customers, right? Uh, for them, for them, the number has dropped from 50% to 30%, which is huge, right? What can be the possible reason why these numbers have dropped, right? To answer such type of questions, it is very important to understand each product, and how we discussed in our previous classes, right? How to cover products, we have to understand the product categories. So e-commerce is one of the category, right? That's why I have shared you that pocket material, right, with you. That case study that case study book, which is of only 40 to 50 pages, it covers top category products in the market, right, in very depth. Okay. So now coming back to the problem statement, how do you think that how would we answer this question, right? Before answering these questions, two things are very important, right? You should first understand how that particular product operates. So let's say it's e-commerce, right? How come e-commerce operates in and out? When I say how that e-commerce operates in and out means, it means, let's say, uh, what are their customers? Okay, what is their user journey? Okay, uh, what are the, how their business runs. So these are the three things, right, within this e-commerce thing you should know in any product category. See, for any product, let's pick Uber, Swiggy, right? For any such type of product, if you are able to understand what is the user journey of that product, what are the different types of customers they have, how their business operates, you will be able to understand the product in the depth. This is the one thing that you should understand, right? uh, if you want to answer such types of questions. Second thing is, you should understand the data very well, right? When I say understand the data, because you have to give insights in the forms of data only, right? Understand the data of the product. Okay, these are the two basic requirements, okay, to answer such types of questions. And hence I have shared you the case study, right? So to understand this customer behaviors, right? So let's say, so first we will try to, first we will understand what are the different types of customers e-commerce have, right? Customers of e-commerce. Can you tell me, if you want to classify e-commerce customer, how we can classify them? Hmm. Let's try to first give. divide them into some category, right? So see, 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 one thing is for you are thinking from your point of view, right? You are a customer of Amazon, but for Amazon, think for Amazon. For Amazon, seller is also customer, right? So let's discuss that. पहले let's discuss about the top categories, right? One can be buyers, second can be sellers, third can be the delivery executives. I yesterday what we discussed, whenever you are trying to give answer, always try to bucket your answer in some bucket, right? How did we classify product metrics? We try to classify them into some bucket, right? And then within what a bucket you try to deep dive, you try to give more insights to the interviewer, right? So whenever you are thinking about a product, always think in a very diversified manner. Always try to cover the breadth. There are two things in a product. Let me tell you. One is breadth. Second one is the depth. Okay. So today what answer you are giving, you are covering the depth. First you have to cover breadth, right? Breadth means cover horizontally. And when you have covered the horizontal base, then try to go into the depth. Understood? So this, if I have tried to classify the customers of e-commerce into three buckets, let's say buyers, sellers, or delivery executives, right? This is how I have covered the breadth. Now I will go into the depth. Now let's say in buyers, you will say there will be some, serious buyers, right? Now you can say serious buyers who buy, let's say once, who buy, let's say more than twice in a month. Then there are casual buyers. Who will be the serious buyers? Please explain in very simple term. Don't try to use jargons in an interview whenever you are explaining. See, if somebody asks you what is card abandonment rate, then you should use that word, right? If you are giving an interview, you should not say card abandonment rate low hoga, right? I know I have shared you the case study, you are just copy pasting that answer here, right? That is not I am expecting. In an interview, when you're trying to solve this problem, it is expected to use very simple words. So serious where will be, let's say I will define definition, right? Try to use your brain, try to use the logics here, right? What will be the serious where? Serious where will be, let's say I am saying five orders, let's say at least greater than equal to five orders in a month. Pretty simple. Who will be the casual buyer? Let's say, uh, let's say minimum casual will be, let's say one order in a year. This is how you define, right? In the simple terms, you can define this. Don't use jargons in an interview. This is just a suggestion for you. Then there will be casual buyers, right? Then there will be some medium buyers also, right? Medium buyers, right? Who will fall under between both the bucket. More than one order, but less than five order in a year. Let's say, yeah. Hmm. So what we have written here, it is the same thing only, right? So what new point you have mentioned? It is the same thing, right? Which we have covered. Are you listening what we are discussing in the class? We are discussing buyers. You are talking about refunds. How it is related? So you mentioned there are 12 orders in a year. I am seeing 5 orders in a year. Do you think that will make a difference while giving the interview? The interview will not see your details, right? Since you have worked in the Amazon, that's good, but you are not supposed to tell the exact numbers, right? What is the basic expectation in the interview? The expectation in the interview is not you copy paste the data in the interview. The expectation in the interviews, you are able to classify the answer into some framework or some bucket. If you are able to mention them, there are three categories. See, we are going with a fundamental, right? The fundamental is always try to cover the breadth, then try to cover the depth. If you have covered the breadth, first step is done. Second step is within that breadth you are trying to go in a deep. So serious buyer ka definition, it is up to you to define it, right? If let's say you are saying greater than 100 orders, if it's going, it's beyond the imagination numbers. If you quoted some number which interviewer feels it's totally wrong, so he will interrupt you in a conversation. He will say, okay, Mike, you have used, I think you should rework on your numbers. So then I will say, okay, instead of 500, I will, let's say 5 orders. So don't try to put in the knowledge which is not useful. Instead of 5, if you write 12 or you write 6, does it matter? Do you think it will matter in the interview? No, right? So you should not have, there is no point mentioning these things here. Chalo, let's move forward, right? So you understand, right? It's good that you have asked this question, but don't be data oriented, right? No company will give you a job if you put the right data. There is there is no job in the market who will just say, okay, Amazon has exactly, let's say, 1 lakh orders in a month. Somebody will say, no, I know better number. I know exactly Amazon quoted 1.2 lakh, right? It does not matter. Both answers are inflated. Both answers are hypothesis, right? Interview wants to check your logics. Interview, what is analytics? Analytics means the interviewer expectation is ki you understand the data, then you are able to frame your answer in a very logical manner. If you are able to do that, then it's fine, right? It does not matter whether the numbers you are quoting are here or there. Okay, let's discuss. We have covered the buyers category. Now let's discuss seller. What can be the different kind of sellers? In simple terms, if you want to classify the sellers, you can classify into these three categories. Top brands, let's say Apple, Samsung, will fall under this bucket. Medium brand, small medium enterprises, small shop owners, localites, local shops in the metro cities, that will fall under the medium brands. Then there are individuals. Let's say tomorrow I launch my startup or my own company and I want to list my product on Amazon website. Then I will be fall under this bucket of individual owners. Okay. Then third category will be delivery executive. See, try to cover breadth. If you are able to classify, there will be no seller who will fall without these buckets, right? There can only four bucket. There can be only three buckets only: top brands, media brands, or individuals. Let's discuss about the delivery executive. What can be the different delivery executive? How can you classify delivery executives? Right, part time and full time. ठीक है. So the the stories that we are discussing till now, right? What we are trying, customers of e-commerce. This is called as customer classification of customer, or we call a, there is a one term that is used. We call it customer personas. Customer personas. Okay. This customer personas are nothing but customer categories. Okay. Now, is this classification of the customers clear to everyone? Right. Now, second step that you should know is what is the user journey of a customer who is an Amazon. User journey of a customer who is using Amazon, right? Who's in Amazon? Can you think and let's write down the steps one by one. Think for a couple of minutes, then we can discuss that. Shall we start? What will be the first step? Browsing. Yeah, what you have been doing is you are just copy pasting the answers which is written in the case study. I can see that. Pramod, this is not expected in the class. You have to see we are discussing products in a very logical and a fundamental manner, right? You won't be able to find these basics in any book. That's why you have joined the live classes, right? You can find so many case studies books in the market which will give you very fancy or jargon words, cart abandonment rate, browsing, searching and all, right? Here, from what, and the expectation in the interview is not to use jargon words. The expectation in the interview is someone knows who knows the basics, someone who understands the product and can explain the problem statement solution in a very simple terms, right? Yesterday we discussed, right, how the user journey starts. We have discussed in the past, right? Yes, Harshvardhan. Yeah, that's the good question. So let's say interview will say, okay, let's define the journey of user who is on app. Sign up of app. Let's start off sign up. Okay. Whether it's website or app does not matter. You have to sign up, right? And let's assume for this particular problem statement we are focusing on an app only. Sign up app. Then next steps next option is either customer can select the product category, right? Or he or she can then do search, right? Here comes the browsing part. And customer has two options, right? Either clicking on the product category, let's say uh, footwear, clothes, right, etc. Search में he or she can directly type the product name. That's it. Does it make sense? So then what do you will do? What will be the next step? So once you clicked on the product category, what happens is, right? There are so many filters we can use on a page. So after clicking on the product, there is a page that comes, right? That technical name for that page is PDP. We called as product description page. Okay, it's a very technical terms. I'm just telling you for your information, right? So whenever you are giving interview, so here you will say landing page. So that it is the name of a landing page, right? Once you click on a category or such a, there are a lot of products that comes on that particular page, right? So that landing page name is product description page. Okay, so this is product description page, and in that product description page there are filters of male, female, right? There is like brand, size, everything is there. Okay, now what next? Now what is next? Selection of product. ठीक है. So let's say there are so many products, right? So let's say I choose this product. So once you click, when a user clicks on a product, right? Clicks on a product, we are classifying it as a selecting a product. Now what happens then after selecting a product? This is the, let's say, fourth step. This is the E step. What happens then? Then you will, there are two three things to put either, so basically we call that as a product information. So you can see varieties of product information, as you rightly mentioned. One is the, you can go through the reviews of that product, right? Then you can see the product, you can you can you can say offers, discount. Okay, you can see the delivery time for your pin code, right? They show you the expected delivery time for that pin code. You can also see how that product looks. So there are several images on for that product, right? Different angles. This is the top angle, bottom angle, this is the front angle, right? So different types of angles are there for the product. So you can check out the product very well in detail. Check out the product in detail, right? What happens then? What next? Okay, add to cart. Let's talk about a forward journey only. Then वो भी discussed. हम्म, ठीक है, स्मॉल पॉइंट है. Add quantity if you want to do. Then the next step is placing an order or payment. We call this as a placing an order. And it, हाँ, good point. यहाँ पे you can say address. So G, this will become your G point. This will become your H point. This will be your I point. Okay. Address, payment, then what? Place payment has been done. So there is a possibility payment will get success or fail, right? And then next step that can happen is, after successful you can also cancel the order, right? So these are the journeys that is possible for a e-commerce company like Amazon. And this journey, this customer bifurcation will hold true even for Flipkart, Myntra or Amazon, right? Because we are covering the category, we are not covering a product. Same rules, this is a framework, same rules can be applied to your different product, let's say Flipkart also, right? Now let's discuss, right? So till now what we have covered is, first we have covered what are the total classification of customers, and what is the technical term that we use for classification of customers? We just discussed user personas, right? This is a technical term. Is sometimes interview will say user persona, so he means classify the customers. Second thing what we have covered is what? User journey. We have covered these two things. Any doubts, anyone, for these 2 points which we have covered till now? No doubt, right? Now let's discuss about what can be the, what are the third thing that is required for understanding the product. What are the pain points? What do you mean by the pain points? Can anyone tell me? Hmm. So let's assume. So see, when I see one more thing, I want to clear you. One thing is you are perceiving Amazon as a product. So for Amazon, you will always be a customer, but you are a buyer. For Amazon, there are different types of customer. Even seller is also a customer, right? So Suman, the point you have mentioned is correct, but it is true for buyer as a customer, right? But seller as a customer will have a different pain points compared to a uh, the pain points of a buyer. Okay, so now let's focus on buyer only. Okay, the pain point simple definition is difficulty in ordering a product, right? This is the major objective of a buyer while they are visiting a website or app like Amazon. Difficulty in ordering a product, right? From Amazon. When we say difficulty in ordering a product, what does it mean? Because now we will discuss 4 5 points corresponding to the pain point. Now tell me what can be the pain points while you are ordering a product from Amazon. Think and then speak. And I'm expecting to give different answer what is mentioned in the case study. Please don't open that case study in the class. I've shared this to understand different person in detail once. But when we are discussing the class, the expectation is you are thinking freshly, you are able to think some good solutions, some medium answers, right? So, and because in an interview they will ask you some different questions, they won't ask you these questions. Now tell me. Tell me, guys. Let's discuss the pain points of buyer. There can be pain points of, yeah, overall. See, Harshvardhan, and this is for not just specific to Harshvardhan, for everyone in the class. Whenever you are thinking of any solution, right? What I mentioned is always think about the user journey. You have gone to the last step, delivery. Before delivery, there are so many steps which you have skipped. To think when a user is doing a sign up, what can be the pain points? When a user is searching, what can be the pain points? You should start from the top now. This will give you this will give a structure to your answer. Let's say first point you say is delivery, second point you say search, third point you say uh, product description page. There is no structure to the answer, right? Do you think that the interviewer will entertain your thoughts? Did you understand what is the, see, you all are here in the class to improve the quality of the answer that you can speak in the interview, right? Before joining the class, there was a gap in your understanding which we are trying to fulfill, right, by giving you the thoughts, logical frameworks and all, right? But before joining these classes, you all were giving the unstructured answer. If today also you are giving the unstructured answer, that means there is no improvement in your answer. If there is no improvement in your quality of the answer, then the jobs in the market, the quality jobs in the market are limited, right? There will be unlimited non quality jobs, but we are looking, to improve the quality of the answer. So I am just repeating it the very last time in this class, ki always think from the basic, always try to cover the breadth, and always try to give answer from the user journey point of view. Always think from the starting now. Let's say you all have used Amazon, right? Today we are discussing those products which everyone has used in the class, and then also you are not able to answer the give the answer in a structured manner. Let's say tomorrow I will ask you some XYZ product which no one has even heard of, right? You won't be able to give me a structured answer. But for product like Amazon, Swiggy, Uber, everyone has used it. The expectation is till now you should develop a thought ki okay, I have to, see the customer journey. Customer, you try to order a product, right? First thing, what is the basic problem you face while ordering a product? You have to open the app, then you try to search. You have to spend lot of time while searching the product, right? That should be the first point. Delivery will come at the fifth or sixth step. Do everyone able to understand what are the common mistakes that each and everyone in the class is making? Hello, do everyone agree with it? So now from going forward, while giving me the answer, I am not saying don't give me wrong answer. It's expected that you can give me the wrong answer, but don't repeat same mistake again and again, right? This is our fifth class of product. Till now you should have understood how to give framework to the answer, how to give a structured answer, right? Because see, just now we discussed, right? Yeah, see here, we discussed about covering breadth, depth. I am also not teaching you in a very unstructured manner. I am also giving, structured answer. I am telling you classify the bucket, then go to the deep, right? Then we try to discuss the user journey. See, customer product category search karta hai, we discussed, right? There will be the pain point here only. You can find the pain point here, right? Sometimes you try to search, let's say red kurta, you won't get red kurta. Sometimes you get black kurta. Sometimes even there will be something went wrong, no search found. These are the pain points of the customer, right? You see some t-shirt in the market, let's say rowdy t-shirt, but you didn't able to find in the Amazon. Then that is the pain point. Think from the user perspective, think from uh, the basics, and top, always start from top of the journey. I hope it is clear to everyone. Now let's start with the pain point. The what problem you face in login?
Sometime when we open app after some time, so we forgot our passwords, and sometime in recovering the password, the OTP, this we didn't receive the OTP.
Uh, See, it's a very minor point. See, for any app, tell me one thing. For any app in this market, you have to do a login, right? For every app, you have to do a login. So you are forgetting the password of login. That do you think it is a pain point of a e-commerce as a product, or it is a common across the apps?
Yes, it is common.
It is common, right? But what we are discussing the pain points of e-commerce, right? This answer won't be accepted in the interview. Okay, this is
Okay.
a very generic, and the reason being is because it is generic, right? It is a generic problem, but this is not a major pain point, right? Because why, if you are forgetting the password, you can always click on the forget your password. There is an option na, forget your password.
Yeah. Yes.
So you can click on it and then you can redeem yourself, right? You can redeem your problem. You can just forget your password, you will get a new link on your mail, and that's it. So it is not a pain point, it is a solvable thing. Anything which is solvable, anything which has a solution is the not a pain point. Anything which cannot be solved is a pain point.
The difficulty in finding product quality.
Difficulty in searching, let's start with top. Difficulty in searching a product, right?
Yes.
Then see, difficulty in searching in quality is not a good option because there are review and ratings. You can say I will see problem in finding right product, it will come in this part. Problem in finding a product, generally new products, right? Who don't have any rating or reviews. Will you buy any product? Will you buy any new product in the market? Let's say tomorrow a new seller being registered on Amazon. Let's say Mayank, let's say my company get registered on Amazon and I am a footwear company. Okay. My product, let's say 1,000 products are being listed on the market and you try to search footwear. You will see my product. But on that particular day, this is my first day, nobody would have bought my product. So there will be no reviews, right? The problem in finding a product, generally new product, who don't have any ratings, who does not have any ratings or reviews. Understood?
Sir, sir, can we mention the problem of user interface before this point? Because generally, sir, user comes in contact with a website or an app.
Yeah.
The interface should be clearly visible because companies spend a lot of money on websites and everything, sir.
See, user interface is a very generic term. Again, I am repeating this is for the third time. You cannot say generic thing for a user interface is a very generic thing across product. Now we are discussing pain points of Amazon. Tell me what user interface problem you face. Let's say today, just log in today in Amazon. What problem you are facing in Amazon? Is it a user interface?
Sometimes sometimes the website or the app looks very haphazard. I mean, the categorization of product is not proper, sir. So in that case, sir, I was talking
So
about.
then you should not say user interface. You can say problem of a plenty, right? Problem of choosing product from plenty options, right? Problem of a plenty. So there are so many. Then there is a marketing banner. Yeah, right. You are saying this only, right? There is marketing banner. Then there is category. Then there is search. So user does not know. User is lost in the app. User is not able to identify where to start searching the product, right? So we call this as this is not a user interface problem. This is, we call it problem of a plenty for choosing a product. Because again, Pratik, this we have covered in this, right? Matlab, difficulty in searching a product. You can explain. First and third point are linked only, right? Difficulty in searching a product is same as problem of plenty, na?
Uh, yes, sir. Sometimes, sir, the website of any company looks very haphazard, sir. So the company generally spend money so that the initially when the customer comes in contact with any website or app, so the the general looking of the website should be good. It should not be very haphazard, sir. This was the point I was making. Okay, understood.
Hmm. What give me the next point? But Pratik, your point is good. Makes sense. But we will call this not as a UI tell in the interview. It is a problem of plenty because there are so many products in the home page. It is very difficult. So in simple terms, it is like user face difficulty in choosing a product. What can be the next point?
Okay, sir.
Sir, out of stock problem.
What? Then get you.
While searching a product, there can be issue of out of stock,
Hmm.
like the product is out of stock.
not deliverable at some finished version.
Hmm. Before delivery, can you think about any other points? Delivery तो बाद में आएगा. Can we discuss any new point better than that? Hello. Hello.
Yeah, you're audible.
Can you think about anything before delivery?
So rating is not there on many products.
We covered, right? Problem in finding a product, mainly new product. You have to be very specific, right? Mainly new product won't have any ratings. Third thing is there are so many filters, right? In the Amazon, right? Sometimes there are, let's say, 10 filters. So again a problem because sometimes filters does not work perfectly. What happens is, let's say I try to use filter, but it does not work. Sometimes try to choose, let's say, Adidas, but Nike products are also coming. So we will call as the sometimes filters does not work properly. Sometimes filters does not work. Okay. Then next point can be uh, there is no pan India coverage in delivery, right? Pramod, this was the point you are mentioning, right? Pan India coverage is not there.
Yes, yes, yes.
Pan India coverage is not there. Okay, this is delivery. So see, delivery we are mentioning as a fifth point, right? Before reaching to the delivery point, there are 4 points that we all have missed. So if you are giving an interview, what the impression that you are making to the interviewer is कि I am thinking in a very unstructured manner. That's why I am requesting each and everyone, always think from the basic, always think in a structured manner. Otherwise, you won't be able to clear the interview rounds, mainly of product case studies. What can be the other point?
Sir, in terms of electronic products, there is always a trust issue from the customers.
Very good point. There's a trust issue of a product. So what happens because of trust issue, right? There is, so you can explain trust issue of product, but the category should be order cancellation, right? This is the action and this is the reason. This is the reason, right, why customer order cancelled, because there's a trust issue of a product. What can be the other point?
Sometimes there are also fake reviews, so we can't authenticate if the person who has given the review is uh, authenticate or not.
Sorry, can you please repeat it? review, हाँ, yeah, review ratings का एक point we have discussed, right? So it will come under the same point only.
Time taken to deliver a product is more. It's taking more days to get delivered.
Yeah, again it is a, मतलब, are you able to understand? It is a pain point, but it is not a major pain point, ना मतलब this problem will always be hold true for Myntra, Flipkart also, right? Hello.
Okay, okay, okay.
मतलब it is a point. I totally agree, but it is a very minor point. मतलब two, we always say always give quality 3 4 points, right? In quality 3 4 points, this point will never come. This will be my last point or last second point.
Hello.
Yeah. Now discuss
I,
our, yeah.
I didn't get the trust issues point
See,
because I think it is
sometimes, sometimes what happens is, let's say you try to order a product. Let's say you try to buy AC from Amazon, but the quality of the AC was not good. It was, you know, let's say it was, they have sent you non-working condition. They have sent you the AC which is in a non-working condition. Then you will cancel it. So once a user who have to cancel the product, let's say once, twice, or thrice in a month or in a year, so they are losing their customer base because of the trust issue, right? Because you have heard so many news in the market. So you try to order some product from Flipkart, instead of bag they have sent you mouse. You try to order MacBook Pro laptop, they have sent you mobile phone. Such things have happened, right, to the customers.
okay. Okay.
These will come in the trust.
Sometimes cash on delivery option is not available. That can be one thing.
Cash on delivery option is always available. I don't know when it is not available.
But during COVID, it was not available.
So it will come under the external factor. So whenever,
It is for all COD offer. So
whe- external, see, external factor, there are two factors, right? One is external factor, second one is the internal factor, right? So Harshvardhan, what point you have mentioned is na, let's say COVID, right? COVID issue, uh, volcano, not volcano, I would say floods, right? Government policies, all this will come under the external factor. You can mention in an interview, but you have to first mention, okay, there can be some external factor also. COVID issue, floods, government policies, right? This will fall under the external factor. What we have covered till now is the internal factors, right?
Okay.
So it's better whenever you are giving interview, try to classify them into some bucket, because interview like this approach. They always like this approach of classifying, giving some structure to the answer, some framework to the answer, and classifying these into some buckets.
So there is also a customer care problem. So suppose I cancel any product and I want refund. So generally, sir, sometimes they don't entertain the customers properly.
Customer care is a problem. I think good work, guys. We have covered a lot of the pain points of the customers, right? Now tell me. Now we will move to the next problem. Okay. So I think third point also we have covered, right? Now let's discuss about what can you tell me uh if you want to let's say, and can you tell me the product metrics, although we have discussed yesterday, just give me 2 3 north star product metrics. Fourth, let's discuss about the north star product metrics. North star product metric for Amazon. Hello. Let's give me top 4 north star metric for Amazon. Please think and then try to answer. Any suggestion from anyone? Do you think the promote way of answering is good or something better could have been done?
Sir, we will take into consideration the frequency. Those customers who are regular, we take into consideration the frequency, how many products they are ordering.
Can someone else try? Siddharth?
Sir, order there was the rate.
Yeah, we are missing on again on framework. Can anyone think what we are missing?
Yes, for for customer acquisition, activation, for the not the star matrix.
What?
For different buckets, we have to give not the star matrix, right?
Yes. So first tell the buckets na. See, first you should have said.
Acquisition first.
हाँ तो in acquisition pick one metric. Let's say then if you think monetization is the important metric, then form monetization. Then say activation. You can say activation, right? Acquisition, monetization, activation. Then what? Engagement.
Engagement.
So you can say acquisition में North Star. I don't think acquisition is an North Star metric here. I think monetization. Monetization आएगा और engagement आएगा, right? So let's try to speak about monetization engagement. Pick two metrics for monetization. Average
MRR.
average order placed, average order revenue,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Then in engagement you can say DAO, MAO, right? Average session per user. That's it.
Yes.
So when you are giving interview, you have to say, right, North Star metrics. I think there can be North Star metrics. I will club that answer into two buckets. Let's say first will be talk about the monetization metrics. Then these two, average order placed, average order revenue. Then you say engagement, DAO, MAO, average session per user. So when you are giving answer in this particular manner, right, where you are giving a structure, again I am saying give a structure, give framework to your answer. Otherwise, it will be difficult for everyone to clear these rounds of product. You cannot give random answers, average order revenue. You have to give matured answer like this. Hello?
Yes.
Can anyone think of other metric which we have missed and can be a North Star metric?
It can be the cart abandonment rate.
Okay.
Retention rate.
Okay. Then what?
Churn rate could also be there. Or number of item purchased per order.
हाँ ठीक है तो आई थिंक एवरीवन इज कॉन्फिडेंट दिस नॉट स्टार बट प्लीज गाइस प्लीज focus on this buckets, right? And then try to answer. And you can then, if you don't find any category, that's classify them into some other categories, right? But give some framework to your answers. Okay.
Is it we need to mention that buckets and then we have to say the two points?
Yeah, it's good now. See, this means that you are able to understand the product and you are able to give a structure to the answer. What we have discussed today is first cover breadth, right? Then cover depth. My recommendation will be breadth then depth.
Hello.
Yeah.
Sir, suppose there is a metric average rating per user. So where we will classify that,
Engagement.
because that gives an indication of whether or whether it will come in retention, sir. Because that's
Yeah,
also a
sorry, it
metric.
will come in retention. My bad. It will come in the retention bucket.
Okay.
Retention. Order conversion rate. I think it should fall under the monetization metric, because order conversion rate is what? Total number of successful order placed by the total number of order being selected by the user, right?
Yes.
So it will fall under the monetization metric, because higher the order conversion rate, higher will be your revenue, right?
Yes.
Cool. So now discuss about, let's say we will discuss about a case study, right? We will discuss about one problem statement. We will take another 15 minutes to close this our today's class, right? So let's discuss again a case study which is mentioned in my the material that I have shared. But I want to discuss so that it will give you, you know, how to read this case study. Today we are going into depth of this case study, so that now each and everyone is able to understand how you need to read this material. Hello.
Yes.
uh, do everyone agree that today we are able to understand how to read this material? Ki you need to first understand the product. What are the different customers possible? You need to understand what can be the possible pain points of the product. You need to understand what can be the user journey of a product. You need to understand what can be the product matrix, not just our matrix of any product. Then comes the root cause analysis problem, right? Interview will ask you this. So many things that we have discussed is just to answer these questions. How to answer root cause analysis, right? So let's discuss about problem where, let's say you are a product analyst at Amazon, and you find number of search that we were discussing. Number of searches at Amazon decreased by, in one particular day, number of search at Amazon decreased by 30 percentage on one particular, on let's say on Tuesday. Okay. Now tell me, how would you approach this question? Since you know everything about Amazon, you know the user journey, you know product metrics, you know the pain points, how would you approach a problem statement? And I told you, right, first you have to make some assumptions. And in interview, another thing that I want to tell you is always better that you are very interactive in the interview, right? So the expectation is, you can ask some clarify questions to the interview. If this problem statement is not clear, you can ask me some, some questions to the interview, so that your assumptions can be in a right direction. Now over to you guys, right? How would you approach these questions? And these questions will fall under root cause analysis. These will be the questions that are short expected in the product rounds to you guys.
Mm. First, I will ask the question about the area. This is in a particular area or all over the world. First case, first question.
Or one of the another question can be the whatever the decrease has been happened. So what is the comparison with it? Or is this a
Uh,
weekly monthly?
So let's say, is the drop, let me write, is the drop locally or globally, right? Because it is a it is a big company, right? MNC. Is the drop locally or geographically?
and the first question is
Let's say I answer, since you have asked me the question, I will answer. Let's say assume it is in India. Okay. So this question is answered. Now what can be the another clarifying question?
this decrease is on website or app.
Good question. Let's say it's app. Let's say I would say both. It is generic.
Okay.
Because search is the option which is available on both website and app. Let's say it's a generic problem. Then what? Then next.
Then our assumptions will be in two category. First internal and second external.
Or whatever the drop has been happened, its comparison, if it's monthly or yearly or weekly.
So this drop, let's say the average search is around 50 percentage. This number has dropped to 30 percentage. Again, a good question.
Okay, the average search is for the month or the for whole year.
Average search is for a month. It has dropped to 30 percentage this month.
Okay.
So region can be internal as well as external. For example, for internal, there will be some updates in website or app.
Sorry, didn't understand. Can you come again? No.
or technical glitch
See, first you have asked clarifying question. So what Suman has asked just makes sense. First question was the drop locally geographically? I said India. You asked me whether the drop was what percentage. I told you that the average monthly search percentage is around 50%. Now it has been dropped to 30%. Now tell me, these are the question you have asked. Now you have to make some assumption and then you have to give answers to the interview. How would you approach?
assumptions will be in two category. First internal, second external.
Okay.
In internal, they might have updated their website or app, so there will be some user interface issue, UI issue.
Technical glitch you are saying, right? Technical glitch.
Yes,
Okay. Technical glitch. Uh,
or
Server
they
issue we
have
can say.
changed the metrics.
Now technical glitch is open. Someone else can try. Pramod, I heard your answer. Let someone else also try. Suman, Ravi, Pratik, Siddharth, Indu.
Sir, another can be any big announcement made by the company. Suppose,
Like,
for example, yesterday I said that they are not accepting cash on delivery options above a certain amount.
hmm.
I mean, one example, one such example. So it can be any big announcement by the company. And also, sir, before this point, sir, I would ask the interviewer to tell me about the weekly pattern, whether every week or every Tuesday it drops or.
I said no.
Acha, okay, okay.
Uh, One reason can be like competitors, the competitors of the company are giving good offers at that point in that month, whereas this particular company is not giving any offer. That can be one of the reasons.
It will come under which bucket? External, right? Competitors. Because it is not in our hand, right? It is not in the company's hand. If the competitor is giving good discounts, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's first focus on the internal, then we will come to external. Okay.
So if there can be announcement by the company, they are not giving the discount or not giving the free delivery as such,
Free delivery not free delivery not provided. Okay.
or not giving the discount as previous or
Free
as per the
delivery discounts. Suddenly discount offers have been withdrawn, right? Suddenly no discounts. Okay. Then what?
Many sellers have pulled out from Amazon due to commission issue.
Okay. Good point. Sellers withdrawn. It won't be all sellers. You can say top sellers from which the main revenue is coming or revenue or volume is coming, right? So you can say top sellers from which actually order are being high volume is coming. Top seller from which volumes are coming, right? Top sellers from which volumes are coming have withdrawn from the Amazon, right? What next?
Some bad marketing may have happened during that phase, like 1 or 2 months phase, like something product is not getting. I ordered a mobile phone, I did not get the mobile phone, I got something else in case of that.
But the problem is कि they are not able to get a. What is the problem statement? Problem statement is the number of searches per user has decreased.
So bad marketing will shift the customer base to some other platform, right?
So it is covered here, na. Companies giving good discounts. So number of users might have shifted from Amazon to let's say Flipkart or Myntra. See, tell me one thing. Let me write here. If we are saying n- number of searches, right, by number of users have decreased. This metric has decreased, right, by let's say 20%. How can this particular metric can decrease? Either numerator is increasing, is decreasing, or denominator is increasing, right? If number, just focus, number of users have increased, but number of users have increased. So one way you can say is, okay, the numbers look incorrect, this metric looks incorrect to me, for but there is a possibility because in this particular month, let's say if you see month on month, 1 2 3, let's say in 1 month, here 100 customers were onboarded, here 120, here 150, फिर again 100, but suddenly this month 250 customers onboarded, right? So this particular metric will definitely drop. Do you agree? Because if number of searches are constant and number of users has increased, so always try to understand the metric. Always try in your clarify question, right? Nobody here in the class has asked me, Mike, what do you mean by number of searches has decreased, right? You could have asked, is the number of searches has decreased in an absolute term, or you are saying number of searches, average number of searches per user had decreased? I would say average number of searches per user had decreased. What do you mean by average searches? Average searches per user, average searches per user means number of searches divided by the number of users. Okay, there is a possibility number of users might have increased. Okay, there is a possibility number of searches might have decreased. This can be decreased because of technical glitch, because of the competitors, users moving from Amazon to let's say Flipkart and Myntra because of the better service or better discounts or something, blah blah blah, right? But it is very important you ask the right clarify questions in the class, right? Nobody has asked me in the class in the clarify question, what is number of searches? You should have first clarify me the metric, na? Do everyone understand what is the metric is getting dropped? What is the number of searches? What do you mean by what is the number of searches decreases? What do you mean by that? Is it the metric number of searches, average searches we call, right? Average search per user, average search per user. This has decreased. When I say average search per user has decreased, what does it mean? It means this. Then it's very easy to give answers, right, in the interview. First understand the which metric is decreasing, try to write that metric into some formula, mathematical formula. It has numerator, it has denominator. Then see, okay, this metric has dropped, then there is a possibility ki, okay, denominator might have increased or numerator might have numerator might have decreased or denominator might have increased. Do this numerator denominator thing under is everyone is able to understand, or should I explain it again? Anyone in the class who is not able to understand? Hello?
It's clear.
Understood.
Anyone who has not understood? Hello? Anyone who has not understood? Is this problem statement clear to everyone? Do everyone understand how to approach these questions? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes.
So it is always important to understand in an interview what, let me write down the framework, what metric has decreased. Okay. No one has, see, everyone has given the good answer. I'm not saying no one has given me the good answer, but how would have you approached the question is something which we need to work upon, right? That's why we are discussing in the class. What metric has decreased? I understand. Okay. Is it number of searches? There is a possibility, right? Number of searches in absolute has decreased. I would say no. Then you would ask, okay, is it average number of searches has decreased? Then you would say decreased, yes. What do you mean by average number of searches? What is the formula? Total search, total searches by the user divided by total searches by the user divided by total number of users, total number of users who are using the app, right? And how come this metric can decrease? This metric as a whole can decrease only either this is increasing or this is decreasing, right? Or both can be happening simultaneously, right? So if both are, so now when you try to debug this problem down, it's become very easy to classify your answer. Then iske baad, then what should be the next step? Then the next step should be classifying the answer into internal and external bucket, which Pramod has done, right? But Pramod, you have directly jumped into this bucket, right? Before this, you should have focused on this metric part.
Yes, yes, yes.
This is how you should approach. And these things are not mentioned in the case studies, which I have mentioned, right? No one will explain you in such details. They will just write one copy and you will try to mug it. That's it. This is how, you won't get a good quality job, right? You need to understand the basics. So, do everyone understand now? Let me, sorry, my bad. I will, let me try to tell now how to read the case studies. Right, this is the question that you should have asked me before. Now let me tell you. Understand the user personas. Do everyone understood how to read these user personas? Hello.
Yes.
Yes, 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 yes.
Understand end to end user journey. Okay. Understand North Star metrics. Understand pain points. And then tell me what will be the last step. Then solving root cause analysis problems. How to solve this problem? Ask clarifying questions, right? You need to ask clarifying questions. Then you to frame, then understand metric, then deep dive, then deep dive solution. So tell me one thing. These are the 5 steps, right? Through this is the steps, or the strategy how to you should go out the pocket PDF which I have shared with you. Now the next case study mentioned was of Instagram. Now you know how to read this case study. Please be interactive, guys.
Yes.
Yes.
You know exactly, if you are reading any case study, whether you are reading of social media networking, which is Instagram, whether you are reading it for a category like, let's say, e-commerce, you exactly know what 5 things that you need to cover, right?
Yes.
Now for the next class, now in the same frame, these 5 steps, right? You need to cover 2 things. Same, I am telling you, let's say, let's pick Instagram and also pick let's say Hotstar, right? So for these two different products, these are totally two different product categories, right? One is the social media networking, another one is the OTT platform, which is over the top platforms, right? So now for these platforms you need to understand all these 5 things, right? I am writing on the group this as a assignment, right? And I am expecting each and everyone to complete this and then come into our next class. Okay, guys.
Okay. Okay.
Is today's class very clear to each and everyone ki what is expected in the interview and how you should go out in the answer? I hope today class would have given you more inputs, how to structure your thoughts, how to improve your answers in the interview.
Yes.
Do anyone has any doubts? Hello.
No.
Okay, guys, I think we can call it a day, right? Take care, everyone. And I am just writing down the assignment. Everyone understand what are the assignments?
Yes.
Yes.
Instagram and how to correct.
I'm just writing on the group also, right? And what is the thing which I am expecting? Now you need to solve same problem but different. Let's say in Hotstar also there can be search problem, but in Instagram what can be the problem? Searching reels, searching good thing, right? You can form other problem statement also, but let's focus on the search problem and then deep dive into five problem. Hmm. Okay, just okay, guys. You can drop. Bye.
Okay. See you.
Bye. Bye.